Ooh, повидло, jam. I'm excited for that. Some Russian повидло, Russian jam. Коричневая. So this is grits. Let's see what else we got here. Тушенка. So this pretty much meatloaf or whatever you would call it. And we got here картофель, potatoes. Pretty awesome.
Okay,
like
there we go.
We're
Hey guys.
open it up
That's
and
good.
try everything.
Bad Luck Jack, YouTube.
The star. Pretty cool. We got here chai.
Okay, guys, we're watching Bad Luck Jack in a minute in Russian. See this? Good news, guys. We actually got something we've been trying to get for a while now. Actually, I found out it was only online, but guess what, guys? I kind of got a surprise for you guys. I knew we're going to play a new game. Sanaka, we will no longer be playing. We'll be playing a different game because I put off trying to find this, and I checked on Xbox today, the 360 store, and found out that the game is there. We are going to play it. I just found it, so later on today, I'm going to do some stuff, and we're going to play it. It's kind of a game I wanted to play for a while, thanks to Jeff Faviano and Bugs for playing it. So I thought, you know what? I want to play it so bad that I literally had to look around and found out that I was on Goofing Off. So Hello Neighbor for the 5th zillion time. We're not playing Hello Neighbor. Okay? I got people saying, come on, let's play Hello Neighbor. I keep on telling you guys, no, I'm not playing it for one reason. I saw people play the gameplay of it. I don't like it. I mean, I'm going to be playing something I wanted to play called Wreckfest. And if you guys don't like it, I'm sorry. It's America. You want to do it? Get yourself a game system, get a camera, and do your own videos. And people like me say, why do you do this? Why you don't have a... I don't know how to do it the way people do on TV, so I just do it the way I do it. It's cheap. Come on, guys. I do it cheaply, okay? I got the money and stuff. It's just that I don't know how to high-wire an Xbox to a computer. Especially a computer like this, which is, cheap, so, So that's not what I wanted. So if you guys want to do, if you guys want to make your own, if you guys want me to do this or this certain games that you think I can do, but one person do a Hello Neighbor. I'm telling you guys right now, I'm not doing Hello Neighbor. You want to do Hello Neighbor? You have to find someone else who'll do it because I'm not doing it. I tried. A friend of mine let me see the thing. He told me it's hard as heck. So I said, you know what? I'm not going to do it. And they keep telling me, do it, Tyler. And I keep telling them, no. You want to do Hello Neighbor? Do it yourself. This channel's not doing Hello Neighbor. I'm already doing FNAF, sort of, which I disagreed to do that, period. But am I doing it? Yeah, I do FNAF because I always wanted to do FNAF. FNAF has always been a request to do. I know because I have been getting requests. I always want to do it myself. So I do a little bit of FNAF once in a while. I mean, I did FNAF 2 when I was younger. So yeah, I do FNAF. So FNAF is a thing I wanted to try. So yeah, FNAF was a thing I wanted to do and stuff like that. I still got time to kill with these videos. Try to get these videos go uploaded. Will you take my hand? I don't think that's going to happen. That's going to happen anytime soon. I think we might have a surprise, guys. We are not going to be doing what I wanted to do today. Or maybe later on today we might do what I want to do. But this time, no. I never noticed that before. Never noticed that before.
Let's make a start. Oops. Damien, what the heck? Again? You got nothing on me.
I didn't know it was going to happen. I would never know that would be real like that. Okay. Oh, it's this guy. This guy's pretty good at making... I can't read it. It's in Russian, but I can think this brings to. So we're going to get to Bad Luck Jack in Russian. Okay. In this version, that's weird. Okay. So we can watch it. We'll watch it again, guys. I didn't know if it was going to be in Russian or not. The opening's never in Russian because it's hard to do, singing songs from different languages or another language is kind of hard. I know that for a fact. A person told me, "You want to try this?" I said, "No, you do it." He was singing a song in Spanish into English, and he told me, "See how hard it is? Yeah, you have to read the lyrics and keep up the music." He had the instrumental of the song and had translated it into English. And I told him, "Wow, it sounds horrible." And I actually did. I have actually done that too before. Okay, I translated a My Summer Car song from Finnish to English, and when you translate English, it makes no sense at all. Not one sense of English makes sense. It makes no sense in English. I mean, I actually translated my Summer Car Death song from Finnish to English. It does not sound right. Okay, since I'm slow, I had paused and sung the lyrics. Then I put the full so it doesn't work. Close enough. It's in English, then it's in Russian. Close enough. That's not bad. That's what they're saying, though. That's good. Wait, they say, "Oh wow, like we do in English and Russian, same way." It's all right. I want to know what Rush sounds like in Russian.
В этом и дело, Дил. Это проклятие, его не совсем можно исправить. Ты же знаешь.
Знаю, но может помочь?
Я так не думаю.
Почему?
Потому что он фрик. Это причина.
Знаешь, тебя в этом разговоре не было. Раз.
Теперь есть.
Okay, Rusty said. Okay, I want to hear what this deer sounds like. Then I'm gonna get off this.
Пианино на голову уже падало. В смысле, ну, только одно. Боже мой. Да ладно. О, ты что, забыл свою кроличью лапку дома? Не волнуйся, я видел 4-листный кривер по дороге в школу.
Okay, see, I mean, I can understand what they're saying because they put it in English and Russian for me, so it makes it easier for us.
Еще смазливый. Заражусь плохой удачей. Я типа внезапно загорюсь, просто находясь возле него. Или же ты снимешь маску хорошего парня и наконец ударишь.
Да отстань ты, робот. Ты ведешь себя как животное.
Эй, лучше не лезь. И не называй меня так.
Okay, I'm gonna put the
По имени робот замолчи.
World's Wise Police videos, YouTube. Okay, that's enough of that. I'm gonna change it to something else someone want to watch. I'm just curious, guys. We're gonna watch police videos. They're funnier. World's Wise Police videos, YouTube. Don't try to laugh. Holy sh! Oh, he shut down. Oh, 2 years ago he shut down. I didn't know that. They shut down 2 weeks ago. Oh wow. Oh, that sucks. Well, it's Detroit. What do you expect? Back in a minute, guys. Back in the kitties. Access granted.
For this program, viewer discretion is advised. You're about 10 minutes is real. Real cases. Everything from state-of-the-art training to terrifying shootouts. The most reckless criminals, the most bizarre and unusual crimes ever captured on tape. From high-speed chases, robbery in progress, from impossible rescues to insane crimes of passion.
Hey, babies. I'll feed you guys early. It's going to be a little early, but you know what? I really don't give a care.
Much
Yeah,
of
being
it
good,
has
I'll
been
keep
seen
you
outside the
early.
law enforcement community. What you see may shock you, frighten you, anger you. But we bring it to you for one reason.
Because knowledge is power. Power. That could save your life.
In my 27 years of law enforcement, I've seen the tragedy of crime compounded by ignorance. Because if people don't know the dangers of crime, then they can't protect themselves. In the next hour, we're going to show you close up the world of crime and criminals. So get ready to get ready. Smithfield, North Carolina. In the history of terrifying pursuits, there has never been a chase like this. It's extraordinary. The suspect driving this car is only 12 years old. The boy stole the car only minutes ago, and though we can barely see over the steering wheel, he sure can't reach the gas pedal. Right now, it's floored.
Yes, he was running for the police. He wasn't going to stop. I tried to stay with him, but
He maneuvers his stolen sedan like a maniac, barreling through intersections, racing through school zones, and
Sorry?
flying over railroad tracks at over 90 miles an hour.
What's you call the free babies?
One minor mistake, one slight interruption,
No
and
box.
this boy won't live to be a teenager. The police are torn. How do you chase a 12-year-old child?
Okay.
All they can do is try to stop him before he hurts himself or somebody else. But now, the faster they chase him, the wilder he gets. Right now, officers have no choice but to keep a safe distance and hope their flashing lights and sirens will be enough to warn oncoming vehicles.
31 minutes left out of that video.
But at these speeds, that's almost impossible. Here the boy jets past the pickup truck and cuts over just in time.
104?
To avoid an oncoming victory.
Damn, kid, you got a light foot.
Would have been like hitting a brick wall at over 150 miles an hour.
somebody running from a police like that is not really thinking about human life as a normal person probably would or should.
That's why you rate the racing and the bullshit. You want to do the violent stuff in the games and not in real life.
He barrels up behind a wide load on a blind curve. More oncoming traffic. But that doesn't matter to this boy. Incredibly, he swerves wide and rushes ahead. The lane is clear. Once again, he dodges a bullet.
Truck can't stop.
By now, the boy is feeling invincible. But officers know what happens to clueless kids when they get cocky. For no reason, the boy suddenly darts into opposing lane.
He missed the white car by inches.
That's why I don't do that bullshit stuff. And that's why I don't drive. I can't drive a car because of that crap.
This insanity must
Besides, if I knew how to drive, I wouldn't be doing that crazy stuff.
from himself.
I wonder. I can actually technically. I wonder if I can do that. Wait, oh, that's legal now, in Michigan. I forgot. It's like Georgia. It's legal, just like Georgia.
They turn off their lights and sirens and follow at a safe distance. They hope the boy will notice and slow down. But he doesn't. Thinking he's home free, the boy pushes even harder to make matters worse. He's headed back into town. Then, the inevitable. A half a mile down the road, the boy loses control. Cruisers and unmarked units rush to the scene. They find the car in a ditch. Amazingly, the boy has escaped serious injury. But he has no idea how serious his situation is.
When I first started walking up to the vehicle and he leaned in there to talk to the child, he said, "Son, you know you're in bad trouble." And he looked back at the trooper at the first sergeant and said, "No, sir, I'm not either. I have my seatbelt on."
Every day, cops are forced to ask themselves the question, is it safer to chase or not to chase? There are no easy answers.
At least he's wearing a seatbelt.
There are no easy pursuits. Today, Grand Theft Auto became child's play for a reckless 12-year-old. And although
Don't worry, guys. I would never do that.
state juvenile facility, this boy should be grateful. Living through moments like these probably makes him the luckiest kid alive.
Even I don't go that fast.
Law enforcement, that helicopter is the ultimate pursuit.
Or the news chopper.
No matter how fast the suspect drives, you can never outrun one of these. Tampa, Florida.
Yeah, those do what? Like 130 max?
Traffic pursued by police. These ground units are about 100 yards behind, but they are keeping pace. The driver
Usually the news choppers are usually what they call to take care of the problem for them.
jail. He punched an officer and raced away. He's using the median like a passing lane. All right, okay. Red light. He's not stopping. This guy is taking wild chances, breaking every rule of the road. He's not even on the road now. Just passing the traffic on the dirt shoulder. Slowing by cars left and right. Barreling down the wrong side of the street. Get over, get over. And racing into the face of oncoming traffic.
The reason I'm in here, guys, is because I have to do something. I'm doing something for a package to come in. If it even does show up, I hope it does, or I'm gonna get yelled at.
The suspect is risking innocent lives. The police have to wonder: is he hiding something? Is he guilty of a crime the police don't know about? Why is he running so hard? He's blowing the signal. He's going left. No, right. Oh my God! He clips the truck's fender, but when he keeps on driving, the suspect adds hit and run to his record. This man is completely blind to danger.
That's why I do that later.
And deaf to simple common
One video gonna come out later in a couple days. Yeah, I got a video coming out in July, guys, that is especially made for me to tell myself. Ooh, that had to be terrible. Wow, I got some arrow most.
The suspect figures he's alone, but he's forgotten about the eye in the sky. He's still heading northbound, and there's another intersection. Okay, he almost came on. Wait a minute. Okay, he's stopping. He is stopping. As the suspect tries to sneak into a repair shop, the choppers keep the ground units informed. Corner of Nebraska. Officers are there in seconds. There are several units on scene right now, and they're going right after him. Within moments, the cops pull the man out of his hiding place. Man, what's so crazy with what's going in the car and like that?
Is that Hugo? Right, I don't believe that, Chef. Oh, this one again?
Puppy? The cops aren't buying this sob story, and neither will a judge. This reckless, just got off that school bus, lawless, senseless.
I wish I'm on TV station in Three Rivers. Big ass TV station. Oh, yay, big. Right, you didn't have a puppy. You had a poopy. I don't think you had a puppy either. Oh, wow. I don't think you had a puppy. Ugh.
The doghouse. Coming up on world's wildest police video. The running never stops. Coming too close. Drunk drivers run on the highway.
I haven't seen this one before, I don't think.
Run loose in the street. And robbers run off with the loot. It's all
Nah, I'm not going to watch any more of this. You know what, guys? I mean, I know what I'm doing and what I don't do. Being a YouTuber is a lot more easier than being an idiot online. Being an idiot on silly shit. YouTube. No, thank you. I don't need no money. I just need a beer. 45 minutes for one video. That's not bad. Huh? What the heck? Oh, that is never going to happen. 10 countries McDonald's have failed. What is it here? They failed in Iceland. That's all I know.
Yes, welcome to McDonald's. Can I help you?
McDonald's is the largest fast food
So these are the
chain
countries
in
they
the
failed in.
world. But is it in trouble? In a recent EU
I-
lawsuit, McDonald's lost its trademark on the Big Mac, and Burger King picked up on it right away. With names like anything but a Big Mac, Burger King hilariously trolled McDonald's on social media. But it's not
Starbucks.
just Burger King that McDonald's is fighting against. There are many
Subway.
reasons why McDonald's struggles to set up successful restaurants overseas, and these are the top 10 countries where
Iceland's one of
McDonald's
them.
has completely failed.
Yeah.
Macedonia.
Macedonia.
A small European country in
Never heard
the
of it.
Balkans was once
Oh,
home to 7
I had teachers from there.
with a few in the capital, Skopje.
I had a teacher whose relatives are from Macedonia. So, yeah.
Surprisingly, despite the population of more than 2 million, there was little presence from McDonald's apart from one small franchise. These restaurants had been running in Macedonia for 16 years and had been successful there until one day in 2013, poof, with no warning, all of the restaurants were closed overnight, and hungry customers were confronted with a temporary closure notice in place of their morning McMuffin.
Scusi.
So, what happened? The franchise owner was quick to confirm this was not due to an inspection or health and safety issue, but instead stated that they had lost the license from McDonald's to remain open. Rumor has it that the head of McDonald's European office had a falling out with the franchise owner, and so the license was revoked. Since then, no other McDonald's restaurant has been allowed to operate in the area, so I guess they'll have to get their breakfast elsewhere.
Yo, man, I'm hungry. Where can we get some breakfast?
North Korea.
That's typical for every country.
Hey, you guys! I found something!
The creek is full of tons of cool kids. Isn't this great? All of us kids gathered together. Anyone is welcome. And everyone...
That's typical.
Hey,
Okay, this one seems pretty obvious.
Yeah.
It's pretty well known that North Korea and the U.S. have been hostile since the Cold War, and tensions grew after the Korean War back in 1950. In more recent times, Americans have even been banned from North Korean soil, so it's unsurprising that the huge American corporation is not allowed to operate there. However, Kim Jong-il claimed to have invented something called goji yokbang, which means double bread with meat, and was essentially a hamburger. Despite this replacement, the richest North Koreans still import McDonald's by plane from McDonald's restaurants in China, according to the Telegraph.
You're not wrong.
It seems even Kim Jong-un is being won over by the fabulous food, as a South Korean official said that North Korea is eager to secure investment from American companies such as McDonald's. 3 U.S. officials also indicated that Pyongyang, the capital of North Korea, was considering having a Western burger restaurant as a sign of the new unity between the U.S. and North Korea. It's unclear if these plans are going ahead, but if it does, this might be the best trade deal in the
1 year ago, this
history
was
of trade deals.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Jamaica.
Jamaica.
McDonald's had been running in Jamaica since 1995, opening 12 outlets in the first 4 years. After 10 years of underwhelming sales, the franchise owner had to give up on the dream of owning a huge chain of fast food restaurants across the country. But how could such a successful business fail? Apparently, there were a few reasons for the failure, the most severe being the tiny burgers. For this reason, Burger King managed to survive in Jamaica after McDonald's failed. Another reason is the locals becoming upset that McDonald's imported the majority of their meat rather than buying it locally. Although this was changed, there were other menu issues, such as the lack of classic Jamaican food and alcohol in McDonald's restaurants. This
Alcohol?
meant the owner had to close all their stores, and no one has been brave enough to try it again. Well, it's not just that. McDonald's also reportedly asked for $2 million from the local business person to kickstart their investment in a franchise, as well as spending a whopping 9 unpaid months working in the restaurant. Oof. That's quite a big ask. Needless to say, Jamaica won't be loving it anytime soon.
from now on, you make your own sandwiches.
Barbados.
Barbados and Guam.
Midway through the 90s, McDonald's set up their very first store in Barbados, an island famous for its beautiful beaches and rich culture. This was
I don't know. I think it's here. Barbados. I don't know. What's at. It's here. Look that up quick. Barbados.
Here is some information about Barbados. Barbados is an Eastern Caribbean island and an independent British Commonwealth nation.
Okay. Oh, that's where it is. Okay. I drawn a blank here. So I don't know about. Okay. Heck, I'm just curious where it was because
was part of a big push to move McDonald's into the Caribbean and grow their empire. Looking at the mess they made
Jamaica.
to move to Jamaica, it's not surprising
Jamaica.
that this was also unsuccessful.
Jamaica
Although
and
there was
Barbados.
some interest at the start, McDonald's
Puerto
only
Rico.
lasted 6 short months on this idyllic island.
Puerto Rico did pretty good.
Barbados
Puerto Rico's
was
still
not
there.
too keen on the processed, bland American food that McDonald's offers. Many people said they preferred the fresh chicken, fish, and other tropical treats that they could get from the island. Unfortunately for Ronald McDonald, McDonald's, the food in Barbados is much healthier and flavorful than the food McDonald's offers.
It's the humidity!
And the locals preferred this diet. This fast food titan was promptly moved off the island, and the restaurant has since been painted blue and is now a financial services office, because that's obviously the next logical step. The locals seem happy with the move and can still go to one of their KFC or Burger King restaurants for a playful taste of U.S. cuisine when the cravings hit.
It's a treat for the eyes.
As long as they have KFC in Bolivia, South America.
This Latin American country of 11 million people is, like McDonald's, home to a very large amount of salt. More than 6,000 square miles worth. Seems like the perfect setting for some French fries, right? Wrong. In fact, this is the only Latin American country without a McDonald's. But that's not to say they weren't once McDonald's mad. When it first arrived in 1997, it was seen as a good place to socialize and was constantly bustling with hungry customers. 2 years later, there were 6 restaurants operating in Bolivia, but the novelty was starting to wear off. In 2002, after a decline in sales and some botched attempts at selling to the middle class, McDonald's were forced to close all stores. So why couldn't it stay afloat? The biggest factor is probably the economy. In 2002, Bolivia had more than 60% of its population living in poverty, and this was a luxury most people couldn't afford. Although it seems like cheap food to us, Bolivia actually has similar meal deals from local restaurants or street vendors for half the price. Now that's what I call value. Vendors also offered a variety and tradition that McDonald's just couldn't compete with. Since then, the Bolivian president has said, fast food in the West is doing a great deal of harm to humankind. Yikes. Clearly, the Bolivian people aren't happy with American fast food and want to stick with what they've got. Fair enough. Iceland.
What's in your water?
Iceland's different. They're small.
Country with volcanoes, geysers, springs, and around 340,000 people. For reference, that's roughly 1% of Canada's population. Due to its small population, it can be difficult to break into the Icelandic economy. So there aren't many global franchises in the country. In 1993, when McDonald's opened, the locals were over the moon. The prime minister at the time was pictured sinking his teeth into a burger, and it made all the papers. That was basically viral in those days. It became fairly successful in the country, although it had to compete with a beloved homegrown burger chain called Hamburgerbulan.
I only pack shorts.
What a mouthful. Things took a turn for McDonald's during the 2008 financial crash, or credit crunch. It just became too expensive to run a restaurant, and McDonald's had to give in. When McDonald's announced its closure in 2008, around 15,000 people lined up to get one last value meal while they still had the chance. This was such a big deal that the last burger to be sold is still kept in their national museum. Worryingly, it still hasn't started to go bad, although it's roughly 10 years old. If you want to see it, there's a webcam running on the exhibit constantly, so you can check in for decay whenever you want. And the list of countries where McDonald's failed continues to grow. Iran.
All my friends have got nuclear weapons.
So it's becoming pretty clear that American businesses like McDonald's aren't always welcome.
I know Iran, but still. Okay, that's it. Know that. That'd be fun to do too.
First public statement since leaving office. The Marine Corps Law Enforcement Foundation is also honoring the man who made million-dollar donations and encouraged listeners to fund.
44 minutes. These videos get made. Does the containment actually work? Okay, I'm curious, but here's random stuff, guys, we're going to watch.
May I please see the storage facility for spec?
Hey, ghost heads. It's Heidi from Channeling Spirits. We're on part 3 of our series exploring the history and physics behind the Ghostbusters equipment.
Shit.
On the science of our previous videos. So if you haven't seen them, be sure to check them out. We've talked about the proton packs wrangling ghosts, the traps catching them, and now we want to talk about how the Ghostbusters hold them indefinitely. This is done with the containment unit. While we might be familiar with the name, the original film actually calls it
Ecto containment system storage facility.
Storage facility. Storage facility. Containment system. Storage facility.
It wouldn't get the name Containment Unit until the real Ghostbusters in 1986.
Welcome to our 220-volt, 10-megawatt Ecto Containment Unit.
Like the proton packs and ghost traps, the Containment Unit dates back to Dan Aykroyd's original treatment of ghost smashers. According to Don Che's book, Making Ghostbusters, in Dan Aykroyd's first script, the spectral storage facility was not at the firehouse itself, but rather in a deserted Sunoco gas station in northern New Jersey, taken over by the Ghostbusters and surreptitiously converted into a holding cell for wayward spirits.
Okay, so
By the August 5th,
they had a gas station?
1983 draft, the storage facility was relocated to the basement of the fire hall. One half of the room has been sealed off from floor to ceiling with concrete cinder blocks. At mid-level, there is a row of thin metal-lined slits. Venkman and Stantz approach this wall and insert the trap into a slit. In this early draft, it also included an ultimately deleted concept of having a video monitor showing the inside of the containment unit. In Making Ghostbusters,
they should have kept it.
associate producer Michael Gross explained why the scene never made it to the film. It would have been a great shot. The inside of the storage facility was conceived as sort of a drunk tank holding cell for lost souls. There would have been hundreds of disgruntled and miserable ghosts sitting around on benches. Venkman says, "I can't look anymore, it's too depressing." And we started to think that the audience might feel the same way. Again, we didn't want the audience to feel sorry for the ghosts. Another consideration was this would have been a major effect sequence, requiring the generation of hundreds of supernatural creatures. We just didn't have enough time left, so the shot had to go. Despite it being deleted from the film, the video monitor would appear in other Ghostbusters media. In the novelization, Ghostbusters: The Supernatural Spectacular by Richard Mueller, he explains, Winston Zeddemore was absolutely fascinated as he stood peering through the view slit. It was a damned prison, he thought, a prison for ghosts. Inside, the various multicolored spirits, wisps of color and light, swirled about aimlessly or slouched in despair against the walls. Occasionally, one would drip up to the viewpoint and stare back like a grouper in an aquarium. The real Ghostbusters would use this concept.
This I gotta see. Well, what's happened? I bet he's fuming and raging like the rest of them. See for yourself.
As would Ghostbusters, the video game.
He's been fascinated with it ever since you added the viewer to the unit.
By the September 30th, 1983 draft, there would be minor changes to the description of the containment unit. It's still described as a viewing slit, but only had one metal-lined slot in the wall, where the trap would be inserted. This would remain unchanged in all subsequent drafts. The final film would describe it as a custom-made storage facility and a
high-voltage laser containment system.
And while Egon theorized their system could hold a ghost indefinitely, their initial facility only had a finite amount of room to store the entities.
I'm worried about it. It's getting crowded in there. All my recent data points to something big on the horizon.
And it was also dependent on the city's power grid with no redundancy installed in the event of a power failure or manual shutoff. When a condensed amount of PKE was released from the containment unit, it caused substantial destruction to the firehouse. The real Ghostbusters expanded the unit.
The second order of business is to rebuild the containment grid so we'll have some place to put the ghosts.
Which led to the new unit stretching 2 stories down in the basement. Ghostbusters 2 never addressed the explosion from the first film, but there was a draft that mentioned it. In the August 5th, 1988 script, Janine explains that Ray and Egon are in the basement working on the new storage facility. Future drafts and the final film never showed this, and it is unclear if any improvements or changes were made. Other media would continue to explore this vital piece of equipment. In the real Ghostbusters, Egon created redundancies in the event of a power failure.
I guess I never seen the cartoons that much. So see more.
Picture in my head of a place.
Oh, you want me to move this stuff for you?
I don't know if it's real, but it has a feeling, and the feeling's real.
I mean,
The containment uniform. Be ready. Everything is under control. I installed an emergency generator for just such a situation.
And after Slimer accidentally hits the release lever, further security measures are installed.
That's why Ray Egan just installed his fail-safe protective device. It only responds to the fingerprints and voice prints of the immediate staff.
This ensured only the boys in gray could let loose any spook stored in the containment unit. But after realizing one of them could be possessed, they removed the biometric requirement, which also resulted in others opening the unit. While the enhanced facility definitely had a greater storage capacity, it wasn't infinite. After containing 486 ghosts, Egon remarks,
And we're running out of space in the containment unit.
another change was the ability to enter the storage facility. Slimer does this almost exclusively, but occasionally a Ghostbuster would enter.
Simple. I'll go inside the unit and find them.
And in Extreme Ghostbusters, the design was largely unchanged from its animated predecessor. They even used a similar airlock when they needed to enter the containment unit. In Ghostbusters the video game, the design is clearly modeled after the animated counterparts. It likely functions similar to the first film, with some additions such as the interspatial gasket.
I was fine-tuning the interspatial gasket this afternoon. I'll fix it.
It is also referred to by a variety of names, including containment grid,
Containment grid.
Containment grid. Containment grid.
Containment grid.
containment unit,
Containment unit. Containment unit.
Containment unit.
Containment unit.
Containment unit.
and
Containment facility.
but how exactly does it work?
Very simple, really.
Like all of their equipment, the containment unit was custom made but functions based on pre-existing concepts. It operates on the same principles as a muon trap and works in conjunction with them. Since the trap only has a limited battery, an indefinite capture can only happen with a reliable supply of energy. To transfer a ghost trap, first,
Open. Unlock the system.
this is done by pulling the containment chute lock out to the right and then rotating it up.
Insert the trap.
The trap canister connects to the containment unit's power supply. This process maintains the internal electromagnets of the canister and prevents the entity from escaping during transfer. A successful connection is indicated by the system engaged light.
Release.
With the canister connected to an external power source, the trap tray can be disconnected by pressing the canister release.
Close. Lock the system.
The containment chute lock is rotated down and pressed into the left.
Entry grid.
The containment unit has 3 sections: the panel, the antechamber, and the main chamber. The panel is what the trap canister is placed into. The antechamber acts as an airlock, and the main chamber is where the entities are properly stored. The main chamber contains a massive penning trap, as well as a grid of diode lasers to prevent escape. Hence why it is a
High voltage laser containment system.
Lasers can be effective at eliminating Class 1 manifestations, but also weaken and deter stronger ectoplasmic entities. This is because the laser beams excite the electrons, causing the negatively charged ions to lose their valence electron and break the PKE bonds. By pressing the entry grid input, this activates as a second laser grid at the entry point of the antechamber.
Synchronize your field.
2 negative electromagnets act as contingency deterrents in case an entity were to escape the main chamber and get through its laser grid. When a trap transfer is occurring, these electromagnets have their polarity neutralized. The internal electromagnets of the trap canister are switched to a negative polarity, repelling the ectoplasmic manifestation through the entry grid into the antechamber. Finally, by pulling the release lever, the antechamber's electromagnets are switched on, repelling the manifestation through a second laser grid and into the main chamber. The successful containment light will illuminate when the antechamber is clear.
Ghost is incarcerated here in a custom-made storage facility.
The real Ghostbusters also named several parts which may have been added during its renovation.
Translator? Check. Field generator? Check. Ionization decay meter? Check. Plasmatic refractor? Anti-ectoplasm destruct mechanism? Bipolar adjuster? Check. Check. And check.
But what do you think? Is our science solid, or are there some cracks in our design? If you like this video,
I don't know.
and think we deserve it,
Light is green. Crap is clean.
please subscribe.
Wait, 27 minutes left?
We just released our
27
first
minutes
pieces of official merchandise.
I'm gonna
Check
stick to.
out the link in the description to see what's available. Select Patreon tiers, get 5 to 10.
I remember hearing that I live in Michigan, so I don't care anymore about my life. That's funny. It's only 2 o'clock. Feels later than that to me. I'm kind of glad how my channel's doing.
Tell Smile Direct Club safely and gently straightens your teeth. Wear them as directed, and you'll get a smile you love for less than $3 a day. Get started for free at SmileDirectClub.com.
When you think of DraftKings, you might think
Recordings.
sports, but there's so much more. DraftKings used their top-of-the-line technology to create a mobile casino app for a new way to get skin in the game and play for real cash prizes, offering the games you love, including blackjack, roulette, slots, and more. New casino players can get a 100% bonus on their first deposit, up to $1,500, plus $10 in free casino credits. Don't wait. Download the DraftKings Casino app now and make it rain.
YouTube, no. Junkyard Empire. Taste Thursday, right?
24 hours risk-free. Get up to $200 back.
Recordings.
When you're in an accident, they'll
Two things.
They'll defend. That's what insurance companies
Recordings.
do. They always do. We defeat them to get you the money you deserve. That's what we do. If you've been hurt in an accident, that's the Bernstein advantage. 1-800-CALL-SAM.
Nothing for me, right?
Sam Bernstein Law
Nope,
Firm,
nothing I watch tonight.
Michigan's first family of law.
With the Fox Bet Sportsbook app, you get the best offers. All it takes is a push of the button to bring the boom to sports. Right before your eyes. Every game winner, boom.
Oh, that's on tomorrow. Oh, wait, I have nothing to do tonight.
Every race, boom. Boom, 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 boom. Did we mention the boom? Don't just bet. Fox Bet.
Woo!
Welcome back, everybody. We turn now to the widower. Thomas Randolph was married 6 times. And
Junkyard
4 of those
Empire.
wives are now dead. Randolph was tried twice for fatally shooting 2 of those wives in the head, but is currently not convicted of killing anyone. Now, Dateline NBC
Junkyard Empire.
A chilling case that spans over 30 years, multiple states, and at the heart of it all, an alleged master manipulator.
I cut this hair off my face. I want to get this off, but what happened?
Yeah. Is this the new? Yeah, we just gotta clean it all up. We just started fitting the brackets in to replace the other ones. Yeah, so it's all right. Yeah.
Junkyard parts are working, and that's great for the budget. Tommy's interior design with the wood and blue carpet is totally on point with a historic look.
Hey guys.
Hey man.
How are you?
Hey, how are you?
But my wrap guy Scott hasn't even touched the exterior.
The design looks awesome. I love the way that came together. My problem is it's on the window and not on the bus.
If he can pull off my design specs for the exterior, that would be money. But what I'm seeing here is flipping me out.
There's still some more stuff that has to be done on the outside of this bus.
Like what?
There's a hard line going down the side. This line's going to be going straight through the guy's tight.
I don't know why Tommy didn't tell me about extending the wrap time on this thing sooner.
That's just ridiculous that we have to start getting into all this now. This just needs to get finished, done. Just get it done, man.
Me and Tommy will jump on knocking this down right quick.
There's too much talking going on. There's not enough working. Just get the flipping thing done.
I'm glad I stopped by to check on the progress, or lack of it.
21 minutes left.
Doesn't come free. That's less money for me.
Every hero has an origin story, but not a full mustache at age 15. It's The Rock's true life story.
Not watching this crap. I'm not watching this crap. I want to have set that up tonight. I wish I had a kid. I wish I had a kid. Or a person to help me out, Mama. I wish I had some friends that help me out, but no hell. I have a corporation. It doesn't really matter.
That's 2 pieces.
The nerd bus is taking my guys longer than I had hoped, so I lit a fire under them, and it shows.
Looks like this piece is wrapped on the right side finally, so